Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back to another NTW 3 Clash here today, and we do have a very quick start to today's battle, as already we have like Russia. This is like Russia South going in straight away here against I think this is the 1814 Austria, going straight into him, going after guns and cav, and it's a big old cav fight. It's definitely a fight the Austrians should not have taken here. Like these Polish sort of lances, I mean, like Russia South is really good. I mean, we'll just call it Poland here because it pretty much is Poland. But yeah, Poland going in hard. These lancers absolutely annihilating anything in their way, going after guns. The Bavarians didn't stand a chance. They're getting taken out, and this is a really bad start here for the coalition. Russia over here trying to support. This is 1812. Russia sitting in his dragoons. He's just sending in, like, you know, very small amount against a hailstorm of lancers. I mean, the general they're supporting as well for Russia. I guess maybe they're trying to go for him. I don't know. But yeah, what a bad start there for the coalition. Not a moment as the battle started, and already they are on the back foot. Are they really sending out more? Surely not. More dragoons over here pushing forward. Just get infantry up and just scare off the cavalry. I mean, that's all you need to do. But anyway, there you go. Welcome to some Napoleonic action. Some more black powder action is here on the channel for you guys to enjoy and savor. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. If it's going to be anything like the beginning of this this battle here, we're in for a spicy and a glorious one to remember for the channel. But yeah, we've got a 4v4 here. We have Poland, obviously. We have the US of A. They are joining this one here as well. On the Imperial side, we've got the building being captured. Very nice. We have all the way over here 2 French armies. It's kind of unusual to see France, you know, in so low demand. But we have the one of them is France-Austria, and then the other one is France-Prussia. So we have 12 and a 10 points. These guys are going to be doing all of the pushing. And then it is just, well, I mean, I say that. Poland looks like he was doing a fair bit of pushing as well, but he's, yeah, gone mostly all cavalry. We saw most of his infantry, I think, cross the river just now. Looked like a couple of Russian infantry units. Well, I think yeah, they've Russianed again. Something like that, yeah. They're going in there now. And then we also have US, who, I mean, they can bring spam a lot, and they can be a real pain, but we'll see whether they're probably just going to do a lot of holding. But they are going to be able to take on probably a very weakened Austrian now, who's lost a lot of his assets like guns and cavalry. So it might be for the taking, to be honest, as its left flank. But anyway, yeah, we've got 1814 Austria, we've got 1812 Russia, it's a 10-point there. We've got another Russia over here, it's the 9-point like Poland one, and 1807, and then the final faction all the way back there, UK Netherlands as well being brought. So yeah, a good variety, that is for sure. I'm seeing quite a bit of British cavalry here. I guess it's like the typical ones you bring, like the cheap, like sort of like light dragoons. So we've got the Enniskilling dragoons here. We've got a heavy cav. Don't obviously bring that C2. That'll be exciting to see in action. That might be able to, you know, put up a good challenge against a lot of the Polish cavalry. What do we got here? I imagine we've got King German Legion Rascals. Got some other light infantry, the Stormers and Jaegers. King German Legion Got a fair amount of Redcoats. Not a reasonable amount of British infantry. What is this over here? This is all militia, yeah, so this is just going to be cheap stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of money put into that skill injet. No surprise there. So yeah, infantry-wise, not looking so great, that's for sure. Is Poland going back in again? Have they really... They baited out what looks like a cuirassier here. And, I mean, if they managed to pin that, they could have then been shot it with the Russian infantry there and blasted that to Kingdom Come. And then Austria would have been cavalry-less entirely. Already you can see Britain over here trying to bail out Austria as, again, Poland goes in. It's just a little Cossack unit, actually, going on in there. Can this unit square? No, it can't. What is going on with that little engagement? I do not know. But yeah, this was sent in to me by a member of my Discord. He sent it in. It was a pretty... good fight, he said, as it looks like some French cav over here went for a storm. Actually, did they just rout that other unit with the howitzer? I think they did. That's incredible. But yeah, they went in for. I think they went for the howitzer here, failed to get it. So we did miss that, but that's not the end of the world. Is this also a cav corps over here? This is insane. If it is, there's a lot of cavalry. And you can bring a fair amount. This is probably going to be Austria, I'd imagine. We've got the like Imperial Dragoons here. I'm guessing this is the 10-point. I kind of thought, but then I'm not sure what the heck. This is like a Dutch dragoon? I'm not sure what this is supposed to, what faction is over here, which of the French factions this is. Could be, I guess, the 1806 one. Actually, what is this? Yeah, this is looking like 1806 here. So this is probably 12 point, in fact. But yeah, this is sent in by a member of my Discord. Someone that doesn't usually send this in, like send in replays, different sort of community that send this one in. So I thought I'd check it out, see what they're up to, because often we get a similar sort of pool of sort of like players in these NTW3 battles. So I thought, you know what, we check out someone else's replay that sent in. They said it was a really good one. I mean, look at the kills. There's some big kills in this one. And yeah, I mean, it looks like both sides going for a lot of cavalry here. We even got the Hussars going through this building over here. They're allowed to defy signs like that, and they're getting canistered at point-blank range. That might just about saved that unit there. Yeah, the Hussars break, but that horse gun is no longer a horse gun. It's a pretty bad position. Not a bad trade. That horse gun is now kind of useless. I mean, it's got a bit of an angle, I guess, firing uphill at the Russians there. The Russians have committed infantry. I didn't even see this. Grenadiers of St. Petersburg. This is a good grenadier unit. Why this is pushed forward, I don't know. Yeah. They might stand, to be honest. They might, but this is a good cav as well as the gendarmes. Both are very elite here. And it looks like, yeah, Grenadiers are going to lose this one. I don't know if the gendarmes are pulling through. It seems that, oh, there you go. I don't know. They might actually lose that there. Even still, really weak and lost. Yeah, they are now pulling through horrendously. I think that's going to be to try and break that unit. That is horrendous there. There you go, yeah. Grenadiers did win that one, as they rightly should. The cannon here might get a volley off and just finish them off. No, Grenadiers also routed. That shouldn't have happened, that's for sure. Poor there from the 1806 player, who's now bringing up his army. As you can see over here, we've got Guard Chasseurs, we've got a lot of light infantry as well. So more cav. Is this also just routed? It's just stood here. I think they also went in. Wow, yeah, they went over here as well, and they just got blitzed by infantry. They tried to charge it, failed. Miss out on that, but that's not the end of the world. Over on this side here, it looks like, again, getting ready are the Poles and the Americans. They're going to get ready to just go straight in here on Austria. Austria's certainly the weak link, hence why Britain's now moving over here to support with his army. Certainly him with all his squares is going to be perfect for countering the Poles. Poles need to take advantage and try and break the Austrians before the Brits get here. I mean, they're charging straight at a Grenz unit. They can square. It's going to square. Ulan shouldn't engage, but he's going to retreat. Wise man. Wise man. Now get the Jaeger up nice and close and focus down that square. That's all he needs to do. And he's going to go back in, I think. I think he's going to Unicross. No, he's not. Why? Good lad. Good lad. What is going in on the other side over here? Nothing as of yet. Interesting that Russia is like so far forward, and he's like his ally, his other Russia, the 1807 one, is quite a way back. He needs to fall back to his 1812s and just like fall back on his ally. His ally is not doing him any favors right now. Also, Russia is like a bit overstretched. I feel like Britain and Austria need to sort of reorganize their line and allow Russia to just face off against the 10 and the 12 over here, rather than also worrying about other stuff. But there you go, massive charge in the back line here from the earlier period Russia, and he's not winning these fights. I don't think he's winning these fights at all here. He's going to try and pull his cab out. He's going to lose that, and that is not good. That's light cab beating dragoons as well. Got the Imperial Dragoons over here. They're taking on some, pretty decent Russian Dragoons, and yeah, they're not winning those fights. More Russian cav now arriving from 1812. He's sending stuff forward. We've got Landwehr here as well. Why don't they bait the French onto the Landwehr? I don't understand. That was been the better move. And they've dealt with some of it, but not a lot of it. They're going to get charged here, and I imagine this is going to be a much better charge. It seems like they stopped at the last minute. They did the Dragoons though. That might impact them. I can't imagine they would a second fight against Russian Dragoons over that light cav. There you go, they dealt with that other French cavalry, and it looks like a lot of the flanking French cav has been dealt with. I don't know if that was all of it, there was at least 4 or 5. My god, a serious bit of blobbing going on there, and they're going to rear charge their own cav. You need to be careful about that, you'll end up routing your own men. While that's going on the other side here, we have seen Poland go in. Poland is sending a little light cav going in there, going down the line, going after some of these Austrian infantry here. He's been backed up by light infantry here. All looking a little messy. Got guns as well here. Got the in-skilling dragoons right on top of them. Definitely don't want them guarding guns. Get some light cap to do that job. You want them being active and also away from guns, which are going to attract a lot of musket and cannon fire. So you'll end up losing a lot of those heavies. This is looking like a unit cross. That's a unit cross just to get in there. That's horrendous. And then in goes Cab there. I don't know if this Poland player just knows how. I mean, I don't know if these players play by the same rules really as Peeps, or just even know like a unit crossing and like things like filming are not a thing. That's absolutely fine. You can go across your own cannons, guard them. That's absolutely fine. That's what the in-skilling have done there. I think it's got friendly fire by their own Brits to thank them for that. And then in goes the Polish Cup there. That was a bit of a better one. Still kind of clipped the skirms on the way through, but again, charged and got helped by the Hessen and Darmstadt life. I don't think I've ever seen that unit bought before. More line infantry over there broken, and the Cuirassiers are going to go in and try and rout these guys that have broken the Austrian front line. America is now throwing his hand to the ring, and he's now starting his assault. Looks like he's gone for a very professional infantry army. I don't see a lot of big militia units, as that's probably not the right. That's not the right way to play America. A lot of militia type units, I feel like, is kind of the way to go. Especially since like Poland over here does not have a lot of infantry. They're out infantry for sure. They're using cav here to try and like cause shock and awe and just cause as much chaos as possible. If you can break through here with this huge unit and also beat the Cuirassier, then the general's open for Austria right now and is not looking hot at all. Cuirassier is redline. He's going to get his cav out of there, I think, because it's not squared. That's what it is. What, maybe he thought it's squared. The gen's really close though. You need to be careful of that. And the Cuirassier's going to chase him, funny enough. Oh, and he's going to unit cross to get his fully unit cross. That is horrendous. He had to get his big cav unit out there. Over on the other side, Russia's still getting forced back here. And here comes 1806. He's rolling on forward. I haven't still not seen 1810. I think this might be him back here. America there trying to go in with the cav. That failed. Got slammed there by the Russians. Poland's still going in. There goes that Austrian Cuirassiers overcommitted and dead. Britain is now pushing forward. Britain needs to really be aggressive here on the Americans. They've got to try and turn the tide somehow. America's pretty stretched out as well. He's got no real... Well, actually, no, he has got a lot of infantry. He has got plenty of infantry. And here are the militia type units, the big boy units in the back. Some of these might be... Yeah, some of these are pretty big boy units here as well. They're the sort of units you need. It looks like the whole line over there is more professional infantry, though, that Austria's facing. Yeah, here comes 1810 out of the midst. And there is now going to be a big old push here on this building here. This is, if I remember, this is Győr, which is one of the newer maps. It's a very flat map as well. It's great for artillery. Look at this. Poland's just dashing on it. I don't know, like, where... What he was going for, what he thought was open here. He's still going to do it. But these Cossacks just charging at their fellow Russians. There's no need to. Save the Cossacks with things like guns and generals. Yeah, 806 here is just chugging away. Lost a lot of his cav though. He's kind of like down on that pretty hard. There's allied infantry here supporting him. Or some allied infantry, I think the rest are French actually, but yeah, he's going to get flanked here. Musketeer's going to go into the skirms. Interesting choice to do because he's going to, like, the French cav might just come in and support that fight. We'll see. We'll see. And again, there goes those Cossacks going, being a bother to these, like, Russian reserve infantry. Actually, he might get that. He pulls back. Dragoons are just going to charge through his own men. Another pull through there for unit cross. Did kind of save it in the end by not charging himself in the back. Oh gosh, the Polish general is dashing around. I think he's getting shot at. Here goes America. America's going in. What is he going for? British guns, I guess. There's a square right by it. He might have just saved it there with that volley, and the square is actually attracting the unit. It's kind of unfortunate that happens. Cavalry units, as soon as there's a square nearby, it's kind of like magnetized them, and there you go. I think otherwise he would have got that. He just needed a mic with that. a little bit better, to be honest. Here comes Poland. He's going straight on in over here. He's striking at those Russian Dragoons. I think, yeah, he just saw the Russian Dragoons move over here to support his infantry. And he's like, I'm going in here. I mean, it's not a bad idea. Here comes 1812 with his Dragoons. In goes more Lance. That's not a bad charge. That's smashed through the reserve infantry. And now 1810 can move forward here. And this is just an absolute, like, the coalition just getting knocked bit by bit, back here. Poles are annihilating them right now. This is looking a bit better though over on this side here. Bit of success here for the 9-point Russia. Needs to try and like push the French back over here on this side. I feel like they've got the numbers. They managed to rout a couple of infantry units here as well. Yeah, definitely. I feel like just try and push these units here with support of your cav. I mean, you could also look like with cav, you could just like right now I could wrap in behind, get guns. Generals are available. There's not a lot of cover there actually for that French force, and that's all the high pointers. Right now, to be fair, the low pointers are the ones that are dragging the Imperials to victory here. I say the low pointers. Oh, being very aggressive. And the aggressive push here from Britain, trying to, you know, like I said, make something happen. America's charging himself in the back. That's always going to help. Skilling just get out of there with no issues. We've got light dragoons over here as well, getting out. And yeah, the Americans, I mean, all that cav has achieved is getting itself nearly routed itself. It's got volleyed a load of times. Also just getting mixed in with a load of Americans that are routing. And there you go, look at that. The American right, the British left is just cleared up. That cav's gone as well. And now all of a sudden, America is also on the run. Not just over yet for the coalition. But wherever the Poles go, it does seem as though the hopes and dreams of the Imperials are there. Lance is going in again. Great charge from them. That's going to probably pierce through that reserve division. Why are they just sending these guys in the melee? Just set your infantry up and just shoot those Poles. The Poles are through. And, oh, they're very unlucky there. I think they're going to go for Schwarzenberg, general there of Austria, but they just routed at the wrong moment. Holy crap, look at the size of this 12-pounder as well. Like, I mean, they brought this. I don't even think it's in that great a position. It's got a bit of elevation. It certainly doesn't look like the whole unit has got a clear line of sight at the French right now. They need to kind of maneuver their infantry while still keeping it covered. And here comes France. He's doing a side charge here, 1806. You can see sort of like 1807, Russia's not really covered. His ally, Russian, and he's now getting side charged to 1812. He's in a whole lot of bother. I wouldn't call that sort of blobbing because it's the 2-on-2 there. We're going to see Russia sending some Cossacks to try and help save that. Push back to French. France is pulling back his infantry. You shouldn't really be doing this. Once your infantry is committed to infantry, you can't really pull it out. Once it's in, it's in. There you go, yeah. It's going to pull back. It's going to force the cav to like advance into squares and the cav will get killed. Very cheesy and, like I said, a tactic I don't think you should do. Like I said, different community, they follow different rules, and I mean, this is just like cheesy and they're just in kind of like game exploity a little bit. There goes infantry breaking there, a bit wasteful. In goes more Polish cavalry. That's just spearheaded its way straight through the Austrians, who've been the soft underbelly of this entire coalition army. And they are getting picked apart. There you go, very nice. Britain, on the other hand, is having a lot of success right now against the Americans. Though it looks like America has checked those light dragoons finally. In a bit of disorganization here, Britain's not got anything good for him now. America is like, look how far America's going back. He's running back to DC. He really is. He's going to just leave the French and the Poles to fight this out on his own, it seems. France 1810 is through. Or 1809, so 1810. Is a 10-point. Russia's going to countercharge. Not a bad idea. I imagine a lot of these might be provisionals. You might have a good chance. Well, I said I think that Russian kind of overwhelmed. We've got sappers going in here as well. A lot of these Russians look like they're getting overwhelmed here. They're going to just fight and die at Kyor, it seems. 9-point, I don't know what he needs to be active right now. He needs to do something. He's got Cav on that flank. Make something happen. Get him behind. He needs to do something. Britain also, I mean, like, got a lot of Lambert and National Militia back here doing nothing. And right now, she's just shooting their own hussars. Well, that's good teamwork there, guys. Well done. Well done. Britain and Austria, I think, also just, like, stood on top of each other in here. Failed to tell me Bremen. Yeah, they're just gonna... I have no idea what's going on. There honestly might be... God knows how much unit crossing going on in there. I'm not really sure. This is not looking good, that is for sure, as it looks like the French are going to absolutely annihilate these poor Russians. Unless we see some sort of like insane turnaround now, it's not looking good. I mean, here we go though. St. Petersburg, he's going. If he can get a good side charge here, he can maybe get some of that working on these French. That'll work. That's better. We've got Lifeguard here. This is a big boy unit. Get that now to turn down. It doesn't even this stretched out. Get it a little bit narrower. Also start maybe looking about turning it around to face against the French arriving there. He didn't even finish that unit. He's not even finished it off. He's just bounced out of it. And he's got a row. That's dumb of him. Should have finished that unit off there. If he's going to commit to his charge. Reserve divisions here of 1812 holding on. A lot of units are storming in around them. But the Bard and like guards here. They're waiting to go in. Russia, yeah, just about holding on. We've got line infantry over here fighting more Bard and infantry. They have managed to rout them as well, but they've also routed themselves. A bit of a trade going on there. Same on this side as well, actually. Russia's been beaten back there. Russia is just slamming into everything. Like, not even thinking about self-preservation. It's really, really silly. Just get your men. If you can extract your men, extract your men. The Guard has extracted itself, and looks like they're going to fall back to this sort of like ridge line here with Britain and Russia like 9 points surviving. So Austria, like credit to it, they've had a rough game, but they've managed to actually rally a few troops, get them back into that tree line there. That's something. Poland's pretty much a spent force at this point. America also pretty bloody. Doesn't seem like it's up against the British. But yeah, not looking good right now. I'm not writing this one off. Like the Allies can still finish this off. Like the French, like attacking uphill now. I don't think they need to attack though. What is it? Yeah, they have LOC. I think by taking that point, they have LOC. So really, it's on the Allies to move down this hill and come back and get Győr. I think the French are kind of smelling blood and they want to finish the job. Still, there's a Dragoon out here, by the way, that like can just easily get in behind. I mean, the French guns aren't really acting up and doing much here. And they do technically have a guard, but like just don't even go in for that then. Swing in and get this general and just take the head off the snake of like the French army, and then that will really make your job a lot easier. But Dragoons here of Kiev, they're setting up the charge, standing them right in the middle of this line. Either go or don't go. But if you don't go, retreat. Bell Battalion, for some reason, going in a melee rather than just forming square, which they could have done and just prevented this entire land siege formation. I don't know why the Austrians charged themselves. God, it's not. Is everyone playing Rome 2 or something? And just needing to go into melee. These guys could have squared and they didn't. He also didn't finish the Austrians off here, I just realised. He pulled through. Horrendous. It really is. This Polish player is just not a good player. In the sense of just kind of just cheats. Just whatever he wants. His general's not going in. Hopefully he gets killed. Oh, the pioneers just friendly firing their own guys, and that's not ideal. The sappers or whatever they are. Still not looking hard over here. It looks like the Dragoons did go for something, but they did not go for what I think, and they went immediately and found square. Yeah, these are like Hessian guards or something like that, if I remember. Like, just go in behind. I mean, if you go in behind, you could even hit, like, well, if you get the general, then even if you don't get the general, just hit the infantry, and then Russia could just countercharge. And you could probably have a good chance of breaking through. But it should have happened a little while ago. It really should have. Britain might still be able to beat America here. Should be able to beat America, I would have thought. The skill engines are still alive. I would honestly get them over to like into the center now, try and help here. But there's a lot of like NAF formations that are now being used to hold back a lot of big pointers here. Big problem for the coalition is I think just where they put their points. Russia well overstretched, trying to help against Poland over here when he should have just been worrying about the French. They should have just let Britain and Austria to deal with it, or like Austria should have never taken the cav charge to start with. That's just like from minute one, not a good idea. Just giving ground, like retreated. They should have like retreated and started where they are now, on top of this hill. Melee games in over here. Should break those chasseurs at the guard, I think. And it's only because they're being slammed between musketeers. I don't even know what's going on here. They honestly could be in a whole load of rule breaking going on in there. Fair bit of blobbing going on from the Russians. I don't know if that was in their fault where the French has engaged so many units with their cavalry, which they might have done. French cav has got in there, routing some Russians. They might get a couple more here. Get a bit of a chain route going. And France is going to take advantage of these standing Russians and charge them in bayonet. Just morale is horrendous for these Russians right now. They're getting absolutely stomped. He's still got the cavalry. He's going to rear charge himself. That'll rout his infantry there. That's another thing that these players just don't seem to understand the mechanics of NTW3 well enough. Yeah, rout it all because that unit got to rear charge and routed the other unit as well. French players have. I'd say there's one of the what the Polish player has abused games cheating. Also, it's not helped that a lot of the coalition players don't understand how to play the mod. The guard is still alive. I always hope that the Russian guard is still alive. I mean, that's also very useful. Britain over here has absolutely annihilated the US, and they just marched up into the US and just got volleyed in the face. Skill engines in the back. Don't know why they're hit. C2. They should not be sneaking around in the back lines, doing this. Keep it in your front, like keep it behind your lines, getting ready to go for a smash and grab. Are you on C4s back here or something? Like bothering some. But yeah, America's out. Poland's out pretty much. Poland's got like some tiny little cabins left. Who's dead there? That might be an 1807 general dead. Yeah, it is. He's dismounted. You can see him here. Honestly, not been an impressive performance there from either of the Russians, to be honest. Austria, I mean, like I said, credit to him, even though he's like made a hash at the beginning of it. He's held on. They're now using this tree line to good effect. France now has to come over here and deal with the Brits. Britain, hopefully, you know, maybe can just take gunfight and beat these guys. He's now shifting a lot of his troops. Britain seems like the best player out of the selection. He's got a lot of inactive troops here that just do not need to be here now. Let the skill engines, while they're here, I guess, farm down some of these Americans, make sure they stay dead. But really, you don't have time. You need them over on this other side. It's the last cavalry, I think, in the game. Poland's just stupidly thrown his stuff in. Good to see this lifeguard still alive as well. Even without a general, probably was still of some use in the big boy unit. But yeah, anchoring themselves around this tree line has saved the coalition a fair amount, saved their bacon. America's not quite gone yet, but he's pretty much out the door, as is Poland. This is down to the big boys, which I think is mainly 1806. Or not, maybe it's mainly 1809. Or just a bit of both. Yeah, we'll just go with a bit of both. I truly don't know. Oh, I was about to say, what is this back here? It's just Russian infantry. Actually, he's going to get this gun, though. Just charge it. Why is he what? Oh, he's exhausted. He might actually break just getting towards it. Oh, France does have a cav left. Well, the skill engines have something to face up against. It's light cav, it's Chasseur Cheval. Certainly is going to be not much of a test there for the British heavies. Yeah, America's like redlining. Has he lost his general? Oh gosh, all those militia returning as well. The only problem, yeah, you're gonna have to farm those down properly. I think America must have lost his general at some point because I can't see him. And also his army is just in terrible shape. There goes another general. I presume that's the other Russian player. Yeah. Yeah, either the 1812 or the 1807, I think, has now lost his generals. Because Austrians and Britons are very safe. They're around this forest over here. So they're not going anywhere anytime soon. Really needs to unlimber his gun. There he goes. Pretty well protected as well by infantry. I think they got that perfectly lined up. Even still, should be safe. It's maybe slightly unit embedding. I would maybe just give that a little bit more space, that gun, just to, if that was a peeps game, to avoid accusations, because that is, it's pretty close. Whoa, look at that from the British King German Legion, like, yeah, get rid of those dirty Russians, they've done nothing anyway. Mow them down, look at that, poor, feels like 20 infantry. Sit back there. I presume they have Inspire. Probably just sit there. Say that they're already orange lining. Anyway, the Brits can take over. The King's German Legion, the Stormers, and that over there, absolutely going to gun down these units. They've been on a lot of fights already with the French here, so whether they can take a line fight, I don't know. They're really going to get a comeback here. They might do. France, I mean, is stacking up here. This is looking like the most likely place that they're going to go in, if they're going to go in anyway. Stacking up, this is always their 9. Got some Laguerre, so they can duel the Brits a bit. I'm seeing at least 2 units there. And they got some provisionals as well mixed in there. I don't know if they got any of the guard left. I don't think he was 1809. I think it's 1806. They might have been killed off in the engagement with Russia because they did get sandwiched by dragoons and infantry. Oh, they got the tiniest unit here of guard. That is it. French cavalry also going really wide, getting shadowed by the British, and also the guard of Russia. Stick the guard of Russia in the lines, like again, stretch it out, or like maybe not as much as it was. It's a good unit to have. Landwehr are redlining. I think they just need some men behind them. They'll be fine. I get I mean, the British, I protect the British general with a square of 11 6/3 foot, something like that. I get this gun in the front line as well. But yeah, just have like the general sort of protected, and then I use the skill engine. I get them back over on the American front, finish the Americans off once and for all. I'm actually turning the British flank here. Napoleon's still here, still bothering people with his Russian light infantry. We're in counter charge? The melee charge? Maybe not with the Jaegers. They're 6 or something like that. These get... Just should have charged them while they were moving forward. I'd be able to catch them out. But yeah, like Britain right now is slowly chasing off the French cav here. It's a C2 up against a C4. Not worth it. And here comes the Americans. They're going to hit the corner of this line. It's a good place to hit, but it's militia that's routed multiple times. I can't imagine this will be successful. Yeah, redlining. There you go. The Jaegers aren't awful either, I don't think. I can't remember if they're the really good ones. There are some good ones. I think the Belgians are the best ones. There you go, that gun's further forward. Not bad, it's not great though. And yeah, once again, the Americans are mass routing. And it has ended up being pretty damn close. I think if the Allies just sorted themselves out a little bit easier, they would have had a much easier day of it. And Austria's even sallying out of the forest to try and get himself some more kills. These are a really rough day today. There's Grenz is trying to just, farm off some of the Americans. They might finally be dead, actually. Might finally gone. I don't know though. No, they are always rallying. Those militia will. They're such big boy units. This gun again needs to unlimber. It just needs to start blasting into these big formations here, provisionals. And if the Skillingers... Okay, I don't know what happened over there. There's no way that the Skillingers should have ever caught Chasseur Cheval there. And anyway, the Chasseur Cheval has died, and now this is the final unit on the battlefield. The Dragoons, like the final cav unit. Anyway, sorry. It was the final unit on the battlefield. What a insane battle! Also, we've had the end results appear on our screen by now. Yeah, now this has the freedom of that heavy cav just to flank around, go for anything at once. It needs to rest up. It's been just kind of pondering around. It's only winded actually. Yeah, even still, it needs to slowly wrap around, get on with the job of maybe encircling some French, maybe making them think what's behind them. The British should be able to hold on, not indefinitely, but for a fair amount of time. Yeah, Austrian now, because he's freed up, he can flank around here. This is a new problem for the French. They do have the odd reserves, and Austria is pretty battered. You do have to worry about the Americans still there, but the Brits could just probably just put 1 or 2 units, and they could probably just blast those Brits into smithereens. Those Yanks into smithereens, in fact. The Austrians should just get really up in the face of the French. I mean, the Brits maybe want to think about moving forward as well at some point. At first, let the Austrians do a little bit of pushing and altering the French line, and push forward as well. British guns, I don't know if they have. They seem like they're ricocheting. So the French ones actually, but they actually are hitting these felt battalions pretty hard. Poor guys are nearly broken. Where are the Skillingers? They are back. Are they going to go for guns? They might do. Looks like they're going to go... They're already in column. Looks like they're going to go through this gap and just going to go straight for guns. Not a great use of C2s. Just get going for, like, I don't know, any of the infantry. Maybe of 1806, maybe less of a troops to form square. But more, I'd go for like 1809. A lot of these provisions won't be able to form square. You can see a very intense gunfight going on. The Skillingers are going to take casualties as they move forward here. Yeah, he needs to change his mind. It's a long way to go. Oh, he got absolutely smashed there by the artillery. Yeah, not worth going for. Definitely don't just charge head on at them. Especially when it's the last cab. Still alive, you're going to need it. A lot of infantry here that's going to be needed. There goes Britain. I think the both of them just did not like micro. And now Britain is finding on the melee there, and it's not a great charge. I don't know if they'll necessarily win that. Austria, I think he's going a little too wide here. These guys need to push. Get the Brits as well to help you out. And the Skillingers routed. I think they've just been stood there. Look, but yeah, they got hit again pretty badly by artillery. You can see there. That's what's routed them. What a waste! What a waste! Such an important unit. I mean, you could just like make a gap for it over here, or just charge it. Any of these units should probably break through and finish the game, to be honest. In a way, they're kind of prolonging it. I think they might just about have enough now. The French don't seem like they have the punching power, but I wouldn't say anything. Yeah, I wouldn't write anyone off. This game has been back and forth. I said from the very start, it seemed almost over for the coalition, and somehow they managed to pull this around.
A unit has used all available ammunition.
Britain is using all its ammo, which is insane because Britain has not been in the fight since the very beginning of this battle. They were there pretty quickly, but yeah, that's insane. And militia out. King's own, like the Lions going in. King's own Royal Foot. Maybe it's going to come down to who runs out of ammo first and has to go be forced into melee. Charge at the volleys of the opponent. France have got a little unit here that's returned. Oh, it's Carabiniers as well. Grenadiers, light infantry. Speedy. I would just go down the road. I go into the back of this unit. I won't worry about the Grenzers. The Grenzers are going to get pushed here by the French. And I was going to say, just send the Carabiniers in the melee. In they go. Should rout them easy enough. The Grenzers are also going to go in. They'll probably rout their own troops. Might get the Carabiniers with them though. Got the Carabiniers and Austrians also might go. No question mark. Yeah, there they go. They got routed by their own troops. France will push though. I think here still. I still think it's on. I think still push the Austrians. Austrians just a bit of a wet blanket most of this game. You get these guys down the road, get behind the Austrians, and then push up. It'll be quicker than the Austrians as well. I would have thought. These generals are being shot quite badly back here. It's inevitable that one bullet is going to hit the general like model and kill him. And that then would be a very anticlimactic way that the battle is won. There it is. These are lifeguard or lifeguard light infantry. They've just reappeared from somewhere. They just like march. I think they were marched all the way from the corner on the map, and they've come over here. Now they're threatening the back a bit like the Carabiniers did. I don't know what happened to the lifeguard infantry of Russia. Honestly, probably something dumb. Like a lot of the units here have just been thrown away really dumbly. But the Allies had a lot of good assets, and they just wasted them all, to be honest. Like a lot of really like silly cab charges that just need to be taken. Like France just kindly isolated its cavalry over here, and ended up doing a lot of damage to the Russian cavalry. Russia just didn't need to take the fight. Just wait for the French like attack you, but like maneuver infantry to support. They had Landwehr like will pull back and like let Landwehr in the wood here that like help support you. Yeah, it's Landwehr, but it might at least get a volley off and do some damage to the French before you go in with your cavalry. And now the great reorganization from the French army is taking place here, just allowing the free volleys to hit them as they go in. Yeah, France is really it's trying to stretch out the battlefield again, and Austria is tucking back into his little forest. You know, his forest is safety. He knows his forest well. British artillery is still rinsing some of these like German allied infantry as well. I think these are Hessians. I think so. I could be wrong. Might be something else. Might be like Frankfurters. They are getting rinsed, and you can see the gun is about to rout actually for the Brits. I'm going to see the because it's busy looking at something else, is looking down the line. French are going to be able to just move straight up onto it and know they're not going to get blasted point blank range. They're just going to get right in the face, maybe try and get a volley off on it or just charge it. Oh, no, the gun's turned, at least one's turned. Might be danger here, they can load canister. Might do. Fire when ready. Yeah, they wasted too much time. The French should have gone for a little bit quicker, they needed to run. And there you go. Executed. Executed again, and there you go. That's another French should have got a lot of really dumb from the French. But that's what I mean. Like the French haven't played great either. I wouldn't say that was unlucky there. The British like carriage has been annihilated, and that nearly routed the gun there. If they managed to time that at the same time as that infantry march in front of it, and I presume they're going to put a volley into the gun. That would be like perfect. Yeah, it's going to get absolutely like slammed right now. Sinclair's is guard artillery or something. Really accurate. Nope, it's not. Another unit for the Brits out of ammo, and it's more Landwehr. Like I said, maybe Britain's going to run out of ammo, and he's going to be forced with his Landwehr to charge the French. But that'll be devastating. But yeah, there you go. I mean, that's a small victory here for the Brits. Brits just be pushing here, to be honest. A load of these units are redlining. Keep pushing here. And like the gun right now for the French is busy just dueling with the Brits. Desperate to take it out. There you go. It's finally gone. They've taken it out. Yeah, Britain right now can go right up in the face of the French gun here. These French infantry as well, they were all redlining and orange lining. They might be for the taking. Certainly might be. And yeah, okay, I've missed it, but the French generals have been routed. Somehow, this French general is just gone. Has he just been shot and routed? Or did the Jaeger get him? I think the Jaeger might have gone, haven't they? The Jaeger and assassinated him. I think they might have got the other one as well, hence they're all redlining. Yeah, I think over here, did he shoot this one as well? Potentially, and that's why these guys are redlining. And France is going to get undone by a pretty scummy little move, a very cheeky little move. Why you keep an eye on what's coming on behind you? It's not that scummy. To be honest, after the Poland display, I say that it's deserved. France has done a lot more of pulling through and like unit crossing than the coalition. Not saying they're not guilty of the coalition. I'm sure they've done some as well. Yeah, France now is forced to fall back in the face of Britain. I mean, and you can see the Aguirre is going to go in for the building here, so they can go for LOC. 56 on the left, the lifeguard unit as well. It's going to be really damn tough to take out, but the French probably have enough men they could just do it, but the Brits need to get a move on and just chase after the French here and try and just, you know, keep in touch. They can support those Russians in the building. Same with the Austrians as well, just keep moving up. But what a fight. What a fight. I'm like losing my voice from this one. It's been a brutal one. That is for sure. And you get boys. Defend this house as though it was Moscow itself. There you go, they occupy it. Well done. And immediately they get to shooting these skirmishers. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit just while it's just a bit of a foot race here as we just wait for the Brits to get back in range of the French. I don't know what the French... I mean, they're going to have to assault it and have their backs to the building as well, which is definitely not a good idea because the Russians will shoot them. And you get massive morale debuffs from being shot by buildings if you're nearby them. You like lose so many more troops. I don't know if it's just yeah, it's just... There you go, look at that. Immediately, that unit just got absolutely annihilated there, moving towards the building. I could see a similar fate here for any more French units. Just decided to just keep ambling up. And there you go. He's up. I think these are provisionals though going in. There's nothing special about a lot of these French units. Yep, redlining already. I imagine they're going to break up immediately. And the thing is, the unit's going to rout as they come out. That's going to affect the morale of all the units around them as well. It's going to be like wildfire, this morale. And look at that, yeah, that unit broke already. That's Laguerre gone. And this is going to be a brutal wave. Yeah, the French army, is he really just going to try and recross and just go past the building as well? Could just route, to be honest, from the building. Yeah, he's setting as much as possible. Desperate to retake that LOC. He's setting his whole army. I mean, it's over, but yeah, I don't know if I would have stood near the building. Certainly needs to shoot into it as well, try and route the Aguirre that way. But yeah, Brent just taking chances to do pot shots. I mean, they should also just charge into the side of the French here. Especially with those units have no ammo, get those in there. Like the King's Own Royal Foot here could just charge, they could like just charge into the side of the French. But it might not even be needed. What is this coming across? Is this... But it's skirmishes.
This building has fallen to the
They didn't
enemy.
actually take the building. There you go, France actually holds it now. They've actually got to try and take it back now. So this is, you know, kind of crazy, kind of close. Austria doing his bit, trying to rout these skirms. Honestly, probably better off charging them, going in a melee rather than staying like this in a gunfight. The skirms do much better. They'll take out more men, that's for sure. Britain should have just meleeed them while they had the chance. Still got the King's German Legion with the Rascals, at least they can do some decent damage in a gunfight. They should have just, yeah, while they had the Russians, like the French sandwich between the Russians themselves, the British should have just charged in. They're getting shot in the back by their own allies. Always very kind of the Brits. They're already, you know, suffering as it is going into melee. It's not helped by being gunned down by their own troops, but they have routed the French just about there. France is going to kindly come into melee here against Lambert. They're out of ammo, this one. They have no other purpose but to go into melee. And again, also getting shot in the back by their own like units here. King's German Legion doing it over on this side. Yeah, the Green Rascals doing some good side shots there. That should help rout a few more Frenchies. I don't know what they're going to send in though. I mean, any of these units that good? The Lions might be the best unit to send in. If the biggest unit, maybe the King's German Legion Rascals now go in while all these units are routing around the building. I'll give them a good chance. Austria's been actually pushed back here by the skirms and the units that are flanking them. Poor Austria. Had a rough old day. Yeah, 73rd foot just needs to charge in. Don't even stand and look at the skirms, just charge in. You'll take a pretty horrendous volley potentially here. Just charge in. Or they'll run away like cowards. I mean, it's not over. I mean, they don't need to commit pieces. The French, I don't feel like they need to throw everything in and just be like, yeah, the game's done. Have your victory sort of thing. Like, it's not over yet. Let's see militia going first. All the units to send in. That is not the one I'd be sending in. We're going to get countercharged here by the French. That should help rout those militia. Britain's going to shoot those skirms at point blank range. Didn't rout them though. And it's going to be very, very close. There goes the militia. They're gone. What is going to get sent in next? Or is anything going to get sent in? They're just going to shoot them from outside the building. Might rout these French here. Yep, there you go. I go in now. Just, yeah, get something in there. Yeah, send in the lines. Send in the lines. That's the one to go in. Still not got the skirms over here, but I think they just need to go in a melee. There you go. 73rd foot should surely get them now. No? Oh, okay. This is just going to turn into cat and mouse. We're just going to fast forward now to see what happens. But yeah, I think this is going to be a coalition victory by the skin of their teeth, potentially here. This has been an insane battle, that is for sure. And it's still not over. Oh god, please tell me that they're going to somehow win this one. The 73rd foot's been routed by skirms over there. Is France really going to win this? It's just comeback after comeback right now. You just don't know when it's going to end. And the answer is never. Never. What have we got up here? We've got Austrians going in. Okay. Austria's taken the bold move to go in, and they probably should have. Someone needed to go in a long time ago. What else is in here?
Routed, sir.
I don't know. Something else got us sent in. It's not the Green Rascals, who's the guys I would have sent in, to be honest. I think Austria got routed, and there you go. They got the building back. Oh my gosh, and there's 2 units back here. Have these re-rallied troops? Oh no, these look fresh. What the heck have these guys been? Well, they're going to get routed, I feel like. That's hilarious. Is that going to make all the difference? There's 2 health units here that just appeared out of nowhere. They're going to get sent in. Imagine if they had those for the engagement over here. That could have been huge. That's a bit of an L there from the French players. That is for sure. But yeah, that's kind of hilarious. Britain just needs to set up his infantry and just blast them. Doesn't even need to chase. But he's got. I mean, the skirms here will pick off the land there if he keeps moving forward. He just needs to just get back across the river, stay there, be like a thorn in the side of the French army as it tries to find a way to win this game. It comes down on 9 minutes of just sort of like faffing about. I will just make a quick cut. I can't imagine there's going to actually be more than 9 more minutes of content. But yeah, it was a really good one. Certainly one of the closest battles we've had in a little while. We've been blessed with some very nice battles recently, that's for sure. If you haven't seen like the Battle of Castilla and Montereau, I definitely recommend checking out both of them. Really, really good fights, and really, really close as well. Hopefully, they might be in the end, like the end description, like sort of the end screen there, so you can check those out. They're definitely worth checking out. Some really, really good ones. Oh my gosh, the volleys there! Look at that. That must be like 300 troops. Might be the size of the British army that's left, to be honest. There's not a lot of them, and the Austrians as well. Well, maybe not. They might have a bit more than 300, but yeah, that's some very healthy boys that are still alive there for the French. They have no general. Yeah, they're just going to keep firing away, keep going, just keep dueling. Yeah, this is the 10 point here. It's just forgotten to bring those forward. I think it's just the right thing to do. Just get the game done and dusted. Just charge in through the bridge. But yeah, I think I'll just make a quick cut because I think this is not very eventful, not very exciting for you guys to watch. It's just a gunfight here. I feel like the French at some point are just gonna have to charge in. The Brits aren't gonna do anything. If it gets a bit more spicy, I'll come back. But yeah, we're gonna probably write this one as a coalition victory. So I'll see you guys in a moment with the end results. And literally, as I've made to press cut, the battle. Oh, sorry, the final assault is coming. I think here we go. It's going to be the death of the French army. So I felt like it's only appropriate, but then we see the very, very end of it. There goes the skirms. There goes the provisional. And the last provisional is going to go in here. And that should be GG. So yeah, there you go. And the end result should be on our screen. I think a lot of mistakes made by both sides. Austria, like I said, cav charging in the beginning. Russia just leaving the other Russia just to fight for its own self. I also think self-preservation from the Poles could have been a lot better. Actually, the end results are on the screen here, so you can have a look at them. Luckily enough, so there's Andrej, I think is how you say his name, the UK Netherlands player. He sent this one in. So thank you very much, man. 2,400 kills for him. Exceptional kill count. Well done to the 12 point as well. Eris did a very good job. 2,100 kills there. Colt, though he did do some pulling through units there. Well, not pulling through, but unit crossing with some units. 1,200 kills is not bad for an army that was only 1,300. Is not too bad there. Yeah, Nautilus only 800 kills, but kept himself with the game, kept himself with the threat. It was is credit to him as well. And yeah, poor Blackheart, as the US got absolutely annihilated there by the UK, which as a Brit, I'm quite happy to see the Americans get beaten by us. That's always good to see. But yeah, King's German Legion, no surprise there. 285 kills for a 95-man unit is insane. 191 kills there with the Colonial Jaegers, also very, very good. I do rate that unit; it's pretty solid. 184 kills with the Fighting Fours. King's German Legion getting 168 kills, 73rd Foot, 142. The Stormers getting 140 kills, more King's German Legion, 139, 133. The Royal Foot, the Lions, getting 128 kills. There are the rest of the infantry kills. Skillingers getting 63 kills. And yeah, there are the rest of the UK kills. Even William Orange getting 5 kills there. Lovely stuff. But there you go, guys. That is today's NTW3 battle. If you did enjoy and want to see more of this sort of content on the channel, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment show your support. And I'll see you folks in the next one. Bye-bye for now.